Right now at 5, 2 universities team up to streamline the path to a law degree for students in Joplin.
And we've already seen some rain overnight, and from last night, more showers and storms on the way. A look at your forecast coming up.
MSSU and UMKC are setting up a pathway to success for aspiring lawyers. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll have more on that coming up.
Four States' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is finally Friday.
Yay,
we
Friday.
Made it. I call it Friday on occasion. We have made it. Happy Friday, everybody. It is October the 24th. A week from now is Halloween. Are you prepared for spooky season?
I may or may not have bought cowboy hats for my cats last night, so I feel like I am finally fully prepared. They're prepared, which is the most important thing.
As long as the cats are prepared. We did that story the other day about Halloween costumes for you. Are they ready, though? Like, are you following the appropriate steps?
I am training them to put them on.
Oh, okay.
I put them on last night, and I said, here's a treat, so that way they'll like the hats.
Oh, no, okay, you're getting them used to it.
Yeah, I'm getting them used to it.
Well, the way you said it, I'm like, I want to see this. I want to watch your cat get the costume out of the drawer and put it on. And that would be something to see. That's better than Halloween, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
Oh, well, happy Friday, everybody. We got some rain. My car needed a wash. It does not now. So that's certainly good. And we've got more showers and thunderstorms on the way for today. Let's start with a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Right now, we've got some gaps out there. So not raining in Pittsburgh, but the roads are still wet. Same from the Joplin side. Not raining at this time in Joplin, but the roadways are still wet. And I'm telling you, this is the second time this week I have put this camera in focus and then it goes out of focus. And I think it does it just to mess with me sometimes. And then we head over to the MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Wet roadways, but again, dry. So here's Skywatch Storm Tracker. So right now, we've got showers, thunderstorms. Got a pretty decent complex of storms out to entering into parts of Elk County and Greenwood County. Nothing strong, nothing severe, but that doesn't mean we can't get a fair amount of lightning. In fact, of our 118 lightning strikes this thing was picking up, 58 of them are right here. So it's just now getting into Howard, just to the west of Chautauqua County. We've got 57 lightning strikes. That's what we talked about when thunder roars, head indoors. And then you just saw this one appear, this lightning strike, out here just to the west of Erie. And that goes back to what we say too about, lightning can strike at a fair distance from the parent storm. So you can see this one's a bit of an extreme distance, but that says that's 50 miles almost from where the main thunderstorm activity is. But you can see we've got that line. It's kind of made itself into a mess of showers and storms. More showers in our northern counties, stretching back up to the north and west. There's shower storms down to the south. I always have this little opening right here where at least for a moment it has stopped raining, but it will only be a moment. Showers, thunderstorms will continue to be scattered through the day. That's the other thing. Like right now, there may be little pauses here and there, but that won't mean the rain is over. It won't be over until sometime about Sunday, late afternoon, early evening. And these shower storms continue into the evening as well. So that comes down to the other thing. Friday night football tonight. Just make sure you're prepared. And again, I know with the heavy rain, some fields out there are not playable when we get very heavy rain. So make sure you're paying attention to your the school and the athletic department if they have to postpone any games. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying I know some fields they can't play on them when they're soaked out like that. Additionally, we have flood watches in Nowata and Washington counties through tomorrow morning for that potential for heavy rain. Our temperatures, we're 15, 20 degrees warmer this morning than where we were yesterday, thanks to the cloud cover. We've got low, mid, and upper 50s across the area as we get this day started. Kids heading out to school, it's going to be a soggy one. You need the umbrella, you need a jacket, and they're probably going to be inside maybe watching Bill Nye the Science Guy, or, I don't know what the kids get to watch these days, but that was always a good one. 55 as they head out the door. Shower storms, 56 by lunch and recess, 55 as they head home. Temperatures not moving much from where they are right now. In fact, some of us are going to hit our highs this morning, and then temperatures just kind of float out there. So we're hovering right about the mid-50s, heavy rain and breezy as well. Southeast winds occasionally gusting to 25. We'll talk more about these showers and storms and how the rest of this soggy weekend looks and when the rain might come to an end here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. A train derailment occurred in Joplin over Turkey Creek near Ozark Christian College around 8:30 p.m. yesterday. A train car carrying vehicles derailed on the CPKC Trestle Bridge, dangling over the west side of the creek. No EMS or fire crews were initially present, but CPKC crews arrived shortly after. No injuries have been reported. The incident is under investigation. Stay tuned for further updates on this developing story. Pre-law.
How can multiple universities best attract students? Not through competition, but collaboration.
It's especially important in Missouri for our public institutions to work together, because 99 times out of 100, we're not competing with each other. We're here to make sure that folks looking for higher education here in the state of Missouri have incredible opportunities.
That's what MSSU and UMKC Law School are creating with their pre-law pathway program. MSSU pre-law undergraduates who complete 90 credit hours can apply for a 3+3 program and complete their undergraduate requirements plus 1 year of law school credits at MSSU before finishing up their law degree at UMKC.
I'm looking for someone who's bright, I'm looking for someone who works hard, and I'm looking for someone who has grit. Those are the things I'm always looking for, and that can be shown in so many different ways.
Both MSSU and UMKC prioritize the needs of the students when designing the program. They envision the idea of saving time and tuition costs as enticing to potential candidates.
That's 1 year less tuition, 1 year less room and board, really ensuring that folks have a more accessible launch into a legal career here in Missouri and Southern Missouri.
By working together, both schools feel confident they can get the most out of their students.
My hope would be that this partnership provides unique and amazing opportunities for our students to help them succeed, help them see a pathway to their future. And we're really grateful for this partnership between Missouri Southern and UMKC.
In Joplin, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
According to an MSSU press release, candidates are expected to have at least a 3.3 GPA and an LSAT score at or above the 50th percentile of the most recent UMKC law class. That said, students who do not meet the criteria may still be considered. The Pittsburgh Family YMCA hosts a Halloween bake sale, raising funds for SEK CAP. The transportation program helps community members get to work, medical appointments, and run essential errands. Organizers say every dollar raised helps keep people connected to jobs and healthcare in Southeast Kansas. In New York, federal and state and local officials announced dozens of arrests in connection with 2 criminal cases targeting online sports betting and poker games involving the mafia. As Christian Benavidez reports, among those facing allegations are an NBA head coach and a player.
Your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out.
Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat player Terry Rozier were among dozens arrested Thursday for allegedly taking part in illegal gambling operations.
The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
Billups, an NBA Hall of Famer, was charged with taking part in a conspiracy to fix high-stakes card games in Las Vegas, Miami, Manhattan, and the Hamptons, games allegedly backed by organized crime families.
These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed.
Prosecutors say this was one of the rigged shuffling machines used to count cards, and this an X-ray poker table that could read cards when they were face down. The second indictment involves individual wagers called prop bets.
This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams.
Rozier was charged with sharing insider information. In 2023, he allegedly faked an injury to leave a game early when he was playing for the Charlotte Hornets.
Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit.
An attorney for Rozier said he is not a gambler and called Thursday's actions a photo op. Billups appeared in a Portland courtroom and was released. Christian Benavidez, CBS News, Miami.
In a statement, the NBA said it placed Rozier and Billups on immediate leave from their teams. Authorities say former NBA assistant coach and player Damon Jones is one of the 3 defendants charged in both cases. CBS reached out to Jones but has not heard back. Well, that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News.
Started to improve their health. The group of friends got together and started walking, but while walking, they noticed a problem. problem being trash. I'm Ty Parks. I'll have a story of a group of volunteers who are cleaning up Joplin one step at a time.
Plus, new research links teen sleep loss to suicide risk. The University of Warwick studies alarming findings. And tracking rain showers across the 4 states heading into the weekend. Chris has a look at your forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. It's day 23 of the government shutdown, which is already the second longest in U.S. history. And the latest attempts in Congress to ease the pain of some federal workers were shot down in the Senate. Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
After weeks of working without pay, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says some air traffic controllers have to now take second jobs in order to make ends meet.
I don't want them delivering for DoorDash. I don't want them driving Uber. I want them coming to their facilities and controlling the airspace.
Thursday, the Senate failed to advance a Republican proposal to pay federal workers and military members who are working during the shutdown without pay.
The motion is not agreed to.
Democrats who rejected the proposal argued the bill would give the White House broad authority to determine which federal workers get paid and which do not.
You've read the remarks of Russ Vought, the head of OMB. He wants to visit, quote, trauma on federal employees, and he wants to fire a lot of them. He has said so.
That's, again,
but that's an important piece here.
The longer the shutdown drags on, the greater the impact on Americans nationwide. Dozens of states have issued warnings that the food assistance program known as SNAP could soon run out of funding.
We are absolutely on the precipice of a hunger emergency.
7 million depend on the WIC program, which provides aid to low-income mothers and young children, while an estimated 41 million Americans rely on SNAP.
But the benefits will not be coming if there's no end to the shutdown before November 1.
Now more than 3 weeks since the shutdown began, there are still no official negotiations underway between Democrat and Republican leaders, or signs that the deadlock could end anytime soon. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
There also isn't a sign talks will pick up. The Senate is expected to go home for the weekend while President Trump is headed to Asia. Coming up, health officials warn of lead danger in southeast Kansas. Plus, tracking rain showers this weekend. Chris has another look at your forecast. When people come together to address local challenges, their actions can ripple outwards, inspiring others. Today, as part of our Doing Good series, we're introducing a group of friends in Joplin who saw a problem and decided to grab some bags.
Every community is shaped by efforts of its members. For one group, who called themselves the Sunday Morning Steps, it started with a trip to Midtown where they met to walk. And after some time, they started spotting a problem.
Several years ago, my friends and I were out just walking just for health reasons, and we found that there was a lot of trash sitting around, that some of it had been there for 10 years or more.
They found trash that had been in Joplin since 2008, and their efforts expanded.
We picked up a lot of trash. Especially through downtown areas, around the railroad tracks, around shelters, pretty much everywhere. We found that in the corners there was just trash all over the place.
They like to walk where tourists visit, taking steps to help make their home a beautiful place. And volunteering has some benefits, like fellowship.
This is a good way to congregate for people who don't necessarily want to go do religion. So I can get the community aspect. There's usually, someone trying to feed someone. You get the same kind of aspect. A lot of times they'll help out the homeless along with picking up trash. It's a good community of people. And even if they wanted to start it, like, let's say they live in Neosho, you'll find that there's trash everywhere, and really you gotta, it's up to the communities to clean up those areas more than it is for the government around.
walking to clean up Joplin one step at a time. In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Sunday Morning Steps is open to anyone who would like to join. They meet Sunday mornings at 1208 South Main in Joplin at 8:30 a.m. And now to Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've still got some wet roadways out there. More showers and storms, though, on the way through this morning, already pushing into our western counties. Break down the details, tell you what you need to know for the weekend rain chances when the KOAM Morning News returns. Time now, 5:20. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 5:23 on this Friday morning. We do have some showers, thunderstorms out there. As you can see, the lightning counter, of course, it's counting all the lightning strikes it can see, which that does include the ones that are way up behind our banner up there. 121. So again, no severe weather, nor are we expecting any, but that lightning can still be dangerous as well. Let's start checking in on the rain first. It departs southeast Kansas, southwest Missouri. So we've got some showers around Nevada, Fort Scott, Mound City, so 69 heading north into Bourbon County, and 49, I-49 heading north from Sheldon. We'll head down a little further south, but right now we're in a bit of a dry pocket. So Girard, you got some showers north of you. Pittsburgh, Columbus, Joplin, Carthage, Neosho, Miami, Pineville, Anderson, Cassville, Monette, Mount Vernon, Grove, Veneta, all dry for now. But off to the west, take a look. Bartlesville, Nowata getting in showers and a few thunderstorms starting to push into the area just outside of our region, at least on the Oklahoma side. So now northeast of Ponca City, stretching back down toward Fairfax. And yes, there is a Webb City, Oklahoma. Some showers and storms just to the west of that as well, getting ready to push into Pawhuska. Then up into our area, Fredonia, Independence, Sedan, Howard, showers and some thunderstorm activity around the Howard area. Heading up, showers pushing back into Chanute, Iola, some heavier rain rolling into the 8th Center and Burlington areas back toward Eureka. And again, nothing strong, nothing severe expected from any of this activity, but heavy rain is a possibility. And look at how this line, it kind of got messy, but it's also spread out some of this heavier rain. All of this rolling off almost to the east. And so we will continue to see showers and thunderstorms spread across the area as we head through the morning and into the afternoon. So for lunchtime, you're going to want that umbrella if you're heading out. For if you're door dashing, the dasher, you'll want some protection. You'll want an umbrella or something like that, and that way you can stay home or whatever the case may be. Either way, it's going to rain. It's going to rain for a while. Now here comes where it gets a little more interesting. It's for Friday night football. Showers, perhaps a thunderstorm or two. I know that lightning can stop those football games, but I also know some of the fields in our area, if they get too wet or they get soaked out here in the rain, they may not be able to play on those fields. So make sure you're following your school's athletic department, making sure you're paying attention just in case. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we got quite a bit of heavy rain expected. And again, some of those fields become unplayable when we get a lot of heavy rain out there. Showers, few rumbles of thunder, goodness, will continue overnight tonight. Tomorrow, we've got the homecoming parade. We've got the 4 States Heart Walk. I know the Heart Walk is still going on at this point. It's rain or shine, and we're not looking at anything severe. So at this point, other than, you're going to get a bit damp out there in the rain, there's not any other real reasons, but you got to still be mindful of any thunderstorm activity regardless of what you're doing on Saturday. You have to remember when thunder roars, head indoors. That lightning can still be a problem, as I mentioned. Showers, thunderstorms will continue through a good portion of our Saturday. Heavy rain once again is possible. It'll continue Saturday night into Sunday. We get a batch of storms along and east of the 69 corridor. A few more showers then west of that early Sunday morning. It's considerably more scattered to even isolated by Sunday, but as we go into Sunday late afternoon, early evening, we finally start to see the rain come to a brief end. We do have flood watches again, Nowata and Washington counties in northeastern Oklahoma through tomorrow morning. Our rain totals, and of course this will change here and there, but roughly anywhere from 1 to 3, possibly upwards of 4 inches, and locally higher amounts are possible, of course, with some of the storms that do end up producing heavier rain out there. So through the morning, scattered showers, thunderstorms, breezy as well. Southeast winds today gusting upwards of 25, and you can see just kind of hovering. So that's what I was saying. I think by late morning, most of us will hit our highs. and then temperatures will actually start to dip back a bit as we head through the afternoon and evening. Not by a lot, but they'll fall back into the mid-50s. And again, it's going to be breezy. It'll be breezy tonight as well. Scattered showers and storms continuing. Southeast winds still gusting to 20 and gradually falling back into the low 50s, kind of just hovering there. Breezy again tomorrow. Southeast winds again gusting upwards of 25. Be upper 50s, maybe some low 60s out there. We'll go mid 60s on Sunday. Then we dry out a bit. Wednesday, maybe some rain chances. And Halloween, though, still looking good so far and pretty seasonable too. Upper 60s for the highs, back around the mid 40s for the lows. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Community members gathered at the Crawford County Health Department to raise awareness for National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. The event offered free test kits for water, paint, and soil. The department hopes to lower childhood blood lead levels in southeast Kansas, which are nearly double the state average. Organizers hope to make this an annual event, spreading awareness and keeping local families safe year-round. Teens who don't get enough sleep are at a greater risk for suicide. Research from the University of Warwick study found adolescents who reported suicide attempts at the age of 17 were more likely to have missed out on sleep on school nights at the age of 14. The researchers say it's likely that insufficient sleep can harm cognitive functioning and decision-making, but they say more research is needed. College students are already gearing up for end-of-semester exams, which can add stress and anxiety. And new data shows that many students are already struggling with depression. Bradley Blackburn has more on the numbers and what parents can do to help.
College campuses can be centers of learning and lifelong memories, but for too many students, university life is also a struggle over mental health. A recent study of more than 80,000 students nationwide found 32% report troubling symptoms of anxiety, and 37% report moderate to severe depression symptoms. The good news is those numbers have actually gone down compared to recent years, but psychologist Dr. Lisa Demore says many students still need help.
The numbers are still higher than we would ever want them to be.
Anxiety spiked during the pandemic, but some anxiety is also a natural and unavoidable part of college.
Normalizing anxiety helps. If a kid is becoming so anxious that they're avoiding things, that's a time to be concerned.
She says signs of depression can include persistent sadness, hopelessness and pessimism, and losing interest in activities.
In depression, you're kind of sad or blank or kind of numb about everything.
Today, many colleges do have robust mental health resources with counseling centers, trained RAs, and deans, and there's less stigma about making use of them. But parents also have a role to play. Dr. Demore says if you think something is wrong, ask your child about it.
Asking that does not make kids more likely to hurt themselves, but if they are thinking about it, they're glad you asked.
Talking about the problem and treatment can make things better on campuses. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 5:30, Baxter Springs voters choose between two visions for the city's future.
And we've got showers, thunderstorms pushing into the area this morning, and heavy rain is possible. We'll have a look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, this is Isla, a 2-year-old full of joy with a smile that hides the spirit of a warrior. She's the special guest at this year's 4-State Heart Walk. Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:33. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is finally Friday here in the 4 states, October the 24th, and we are a week away now from Halloween, and it's a little bit spooky out there already this morning with some showers and storms across the area.
Yes, definitely. I think the scariest thing to me, though, are these seasonal allergies that I think you can probably hear in my voice right now, but...
See, I've been pretty lucky. The only time I ever sneeze about anything that's allergy related is if I mow the lawn. While I'm mowing, the grass makes me sneeze. Outside of that, that's it. And I know some folks not that lucky. And I also know the temperature changes alone are enough to really play havoc with your system. And it's going to be a pretty chilly one out there. So if you are outside, make sure you wear a jacket or something because it's going to be a bit of a cool rain across the area today.
But it's still going to be a great Friday, Chris.
It certainly is. And we do need the rain. That's the most important part is we do need the rain out there. We are getting some. Let's start with not this. Hold on. Let me press the right button here. There we go. Let's start with that. A live look from downtown Pittsburgh, and you can see things are looking pretty good so far. We are still a bit wet on the roadways, but the rain has actually stopped for the time being for some of us, but it's a brief pause. Our camera 7th and Rangeline looking all right. Same from MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline. Getting some wet roadways out there. More wet roadways are on the way because we have all of this activity. And we do have some thunderstorms out there. Now, bear in mind, we're not expecting any severe weather by any means, but we do have, as you can see, the Skywatch Storm Tracker here picking up 112 lightning strikes. Now remember though, it is counting every lightning strike you can see on this map. So that's going to go way up outside of our immediate area, but across the region, 105 now, but still, I want to be cautious. So what we've got is this line of storms. It's kind of reorganizing here from Hominy back up just south of Winfield, Kansas. So you can see that there. That's where most of the lightning is, 77 strikes just through that zone. We are getting showers showers and thunderstorms around Howard from Elk and Chautauqua counties. We've got some heavier rain up into Greenwood County, back toward Fredonia, Yates Center, Chanute. Some showers still around Nevada, Fort Scott, Mound City. As I mentioned, there's this little dry slot here for the southeastern portion of our area, but it is a brief moment of dry weather because more showers, more storms are on the way out there, and you can see the new development taking place. Like I said, severe weather is not expected, but thunderstorms are possible, and so just remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. Through the day, though, again, showers, thunderstorms out there. They'll be scattered in nature, so you may get additional pauses here and there in between the rain, but our rain chances don't actually start to end until late Sunday afternoon into the early evening hours. We do have this flood warning. It's Marion County just outside of our area in southeast Kansas now, but in our area in Newada, Washington counties, flood watches through tomorrow morning, so that's why we want to keep an eye. That's where the biggest concern is, not with severe weather, just with heavy rain. We've got some low, mid, and upper 50s, and I'm going to be honest, some of you locations down here, you may be reaching your highs right about now. Others may still go into the low 60s, like 60, 61, but we're still looking at very early highs today across the area. Kids heading to school, breezy, 55 showers and storms, 56 at lunch and recess, 55 when they come home. That's what I mean. We'll hit these early highs by at least late morning. The temperatures just kind of hover in the mid 50s out there. Breezy, as I mentioned, southeast winds occasionally gusting to 25. We'll talk more about these showers and storms, where they are, where they're going, and again about when they should wrap up and how next week is looking here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Baxter Springs mayoral candidates offer competing visions. As Election Day draws near in Baxter Springs, public safety and downtown restoration are emerging as central issues. Incumbent Mayor Kelly Abbott says one focus is restoring in-town dispatch services. Challenger Casey Shaw emphasizes renewing the heart of downtown and supporting local business growth. Two-year-old Ela grins with joy today, but her smile masks an extraordinary medical battle that began when she was just 4 months old. She's going to be a special guest at this year's 4 States Heart Walk this weekend. KOM's Chris Warner introduced us to Ela.
Quick with a smile and eyes full of joy, no one would imagine the difficult journey little 2-year-old Isla has traveled.
We were told that she likely would not live to see one. We were told that we likely would not ever be able to leave the hospital with our daughter.
At 4 months, Isla was diagnosed with a rare heart condition. Alcampa is a congenital heart defect that disrupts the flow of blood to the heart, putting infants at risk of heart failure or sudden death.
She was a seemingly normal, healthy baby, and it was by just gut instinct that I just knew that there was something not right.
Lisa's motherly instincts were right. Isla didn't like being on her stomach and slept a lot. Lisa said doctors initially dismissed the symptoms as normal for a newborn. They were not, and an RSV diagnosis revealed much more.
If I had not been the parent that questioned everything and went back and asked until it made sense to me, Isla wouldn't be here today.
Following the surgery to move her coronary artery, doctors recommended a heart transplant. Due to potential complications, her parents decided to forego the additional surgery.
And just put all of the faith in God, really, to heal her. Let Isla do her thing since she had the corrective surgery, and then see where it led us, and it led us here.
It worked.
Exactly.
And Isla celebrated her second birthday earlier this month with some of her favorite animals. And she's not just living, she's thriving.
Where everybody told us that there was no path for Isla, she made her own path, and she didn't let anything or anybody hold her back, and she defied every obstacle. Everything that she was supposed to, that they told us was going to happen, did not happen, and we are very proud of her, and she's very strong, very strong girl.
Isla will be a special guest at this year's 4 States Heart Walk for the American Heart Association, sharing her smile and continuing to beat all odds while inspiring others.
In a lot of cases with Al Kappa, 90% of the babies don't see their first birthday. So it's very important to us to get the word out and save other babies like Isla, who is not just another statistic. She's a happy, healthy baby now.
A gift of life, thanks in part to the resilience of a precious and determined little girl.
Of course, everyone is invited out to the 2025 4 States Heart Walk. It takes place this Saturday at Joplin's Cunningham Park. The event begins at 9 a.m. The walk begins at 10. Hope to see you there. Well, that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Coming up, American farmers push back against President Trump's trade policies, the financial crisis hitting farm country. Target eliminates 1,800 corporate positions as the new CEO prepares to take over. The streamlining effort underway. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. In Consumer Watch, there is some major pushback against President Trump now from American farmers. Policies like the trade war with China are upending the finances of many American farms. China is the world's biggest soybean importer, but the country stopped purchasing the crop from American farmers, making it unprofitable. To help ease the pain, the Trump administration said it would bring back essential workers at the USDA, freezing $3 billion that was already allocated in the previous budget. But it's a fraction of the $13 billion in new aid farmers expected. Some farmers say President Trump's policies are making it less likely that foreign buyers will come back, and their livelihoods are at stake. Target says it's eliminating about 1,800 corporate positions, including about 800 open positions, with a new CEO set to take reins in February. The moves are part of the retailer's efforts to streamline decision-making and strengthen its customer base. The cuts represent less than 10% of Target's corporate workforce. And 3M is recalling more than 10,000 thermal laminators due to a potential overheating issue that poses a burn hazard. The recall focuses on the Scotch brand TL90950 thermal laminator. The company is offering a refund. Well, that's it for Consumer Watch, and now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Again, yeah, we've got those wet roadways out there from downtown Pittsburgh. Got a little pause in the rain, more showers, more storms on the way, already pushing into the western half of our region. We're going to go over those details with you. Take a look at those rain chances when the KOAM Morning News returns. Time now, 5:45. We'll be right back.
You've heard about the U.S. possibly importing more beef from Argentina, but how much does it really impact the U.S. beef supply overall? An update in today's Ag Day Minute.
I'm Clinton Griffiths with today's Ag Day Minute. New developments about a plan to increase beef imports from Argentina in an effort to lower prices at the grocery store. Politico reporting the White House is actually looking at buying 4 times its typical quota of Argentine beef. That would amount to 80,000 metric tons, or equal to 0.6% of the U.S. annual beef consumption. Now, the current quota on Argentina is 20,000 metric tons. Now, some Republican lawmakers have voiced opposition to the plan. Meanwhile, 3 government agencies, including USDA, announced actions they said would strengthen the American beef industry. Under the plan, there will be endangered species reforms, enhanced disaster relief, and increased grazing access. They also plan increased marketing options for consumers with Product of the USA labeling. There are also plans to grow the herd here at home while boosting demand here and abroad. What is America's favorite sandwich? Well, according to a new survey, 61% of Americans say it's the grilled cheese sandwich. But here's the twist, 75% say they don't feel confident calling themselves a grilled cheese making expert. Now, the survey was commissioned by the Tillamook County Creamery Association. With those results in mind, the dairy makers have assembled several recipes, tips, and tricks at tillamook.com. For more Ag News, watch Ag Day weekdays on the station or get updates over at agweb.com.
Now let's take it over to Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms building into the area. We've got some heavier rain across parts of southeast Kansas now, and thunderstorms just kind of knocking on the door. They haven't really pushed too far in. We've had some thunder out there. So we're going to start up around Nevada, Fort Scott, Mound City, Butler. Some showers and even some heavier rain out there this morning. It's at 69 heading north, I-49 heading north as well. Back into southeast Kansas, Garnett, just south of Burlington, Yates Center, Iola, Chanute, Erie, Fredonia, Howard, all getting in on some moderate showers and even some rumbles of thunder. You can see those gray lightning bolts there around Howard. That means they're several minutes old. One just disappeared, but we do have some thunderstorm activity. And then off to our west, just outside of our area, stretching from El Dorado to our Kansas City, down toward Granola and Pawhuska. We've got more showers, more thunderstorms out there, and that's where the bulk of the lightning strike count is coming from. You can see 58 just in that zone alone. So that's what we're watching. Again, nothing strong, nothing severe expected from any of this activity, but some of these storms have been producing quite a bit of lightning. We're getting a lot of new development that's been taking place back behind all of this. So that's why shower storms are going to persist through the majority of well, not just the majority, pretty much all day. There'll be moments like now, like Joplin, Pittsburgh, Neosho, Miami Grove, you're dry right now. You had rain overnight, but it stopped. It's going to start again. Those moments may still come again as we head into the afternoon and evening where the rain might stop for a bit, but it's not done. In fact, our rain chances aren't done, at least temporarily, until Sunday evening across the area. Shower storms, so football time again. I know, of course, lightning can delay or postpone the football games, but I also know that we do have some fields out there that with the amount of rain we're expecting and the heavy rain potential, they aren't playable when we get too much rain. So just make sure, again, that you're following your school's athletic department. Make sure you're listening in case any of these games do get postponed or anything of that nature, just because, again, some of the fields may not be playable from being too wet. And there may also be lightning concerns. Like I said, no severe weather concerns. And our biggest concern out of all of the storms is just this heavy rain. Overnight tonight, more showers, few rumbles of thunder. As we head into tomorrow, of course, the Heart Walk. We have the homecoming parade. I do know the Heart Walk at this point is still going on. It's rain or shine, but it's going to be a chilly rain and also a bit breezy. And just remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. You just want to be cautious with any thunderstorm activity out there. Well, thunderstorms tomorrow are expected to be considerably more isolated than what we're expecting today. We have better chances for actual thunderstorms today compared to tomorrow. You still just want to play it safe. Otherwise, it is showers, thunderstorms scattered throughout the day. I'll continue into the overnight hours. Now, you can see as we head into early Sunday morning, we have this complex of showers and storms along and east of the 69 corridor. We'll get some new development out to the west as this low pressure system pushes on through. It's why all of this looks like it's rotating around. By Sunday noon, more of just rain activity and becoming much more isolated. And by Sunday evening, that should wrap up for us. We'll still be mostly cloudy, still be cool, but that should wrap up. Again, flood watches, Newada, Washington counties through tomorrow morning. Rain totals, again, and this will change continuously as we get new data, new information. But again, anywhere from 1 to 3, upwards of 4 inches, and locally higher amounts are possible with any of the thunderstorm activity. All right, through the morning, though, showers, storms, just kind of hovering. I think we're going to hit highs about 10, 11 o'clock this morning, and then temperatures will start to drop. Most of us will cap out in the upper 50s. Some of us will drop back down, or may reach the low 60s. About 60, 61, and then temperatures fall back. Not a lot of movement in temperatures the next few days. We'll go upper 50s, low 60s again tomorrow. Southeast winds today, tonight, tomorrow, gusting anywhere from 20 to 25 miles an hour. And then Sunday, those showers, a little warmer, mid-60s. We're watching maybe some rain chances Monday. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, still mild. And as we head toward Halloween, not looking too bad. Upper 60s, so seasonable during the day and dry mid-40s overnight. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
A Columbus, Kansas woman is the brains behind a documentary highlighting local art. The documentary focuses on a gallery in Columbus featuring local artists, with the art being shown to be public during Columbus Days. Join us Sunday night on KOAM News when we'll have much more on this story.
And we've got much more rain on the way. Showers, thunderstorms, heavy rain, the main concern out there. No severe weather expected, and temperatures below normal. We're going to go just kind of hovering through the 50s. We're looking at reaching early highs by late morning, very early afternoon, into the upper 50s. Down south, maybe a couple of like 60, 61 degree readings, maybe 62 tops, but most of us into the upper 50s. Shower storms will continue through the afternoon. Temperatures will not plummet later today. It's just once we reach that peak, they just kind of hover around the mid 50s out there. Southeast winds gusting to 25. Southeast winds still gusting upwards of 20 overnight tonight, low mid 50s. So again, not a lot of movement on these temperatures. Showers, storms, and some heavy rain possible out there. And as we head into tomorrow, showers, thunderstorms throughout the day. Heavy rain again possible. Still breezy. Southeast winds still gusting to 20 miles an hour. No severe weather expected tomorrow either. But with that lightning and a number of outdoor activities, remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. Showers come to an end by late Sunday. Could get one or two Monday. We're keeping an eye on. Otherwise, mid 60s. Maybe a few more rain chances Wednesday. Halloween looking great though. Upper 60s for our highs. Low to mid 40s for the lows. So you might need a jacket, but otherwise dry. Not too bad. Let's check your forecast. Another hour of the KOAM Morning News up next.